Jumptown, the mission where we come together to help the Stanton security forces rid the streets of drugs, while at the same time mass murdering each other in the hopes of making a quick buck. There's a lot of good things about Jumptown, bringing people together, causing lots of interactions between players, whether it be dogfighting, teamwork, orgs coming together to control Jumptown, or just going and aimlessly bombing the crap out of everybody. But at the same time, there are quite a few issues I have seen of Jumptown, and in this video, I'm going to be discussing the locations. Now, if you participated in Jumptown, you probably have done a couple things. You probably try to sneak in by foot by landing a couple kilometers out and walking there with your sniper rifles and railguns. You've probably also seen somebody fly in of an A2 and drop a bomb on the whole place and decimate everything. While also on Lyria, if you try to find a good sniping position, you've probably experienced the wonderful mountain tech of Star Citizen and slid down, giving yourself tier 3, tier 2, or even tier 1 leg injuries while trying to get into that advantageous sniping position. So all these are, common things that you do in Jumptown while making your money. But there's really just one thing about the locations of Jumptown that really bug me. Well, I guess there's a couple. One thing is they're all in the same locations, and they're all identical. Nothing changes, everybody kind of memorizes, like, okay, oh, the jump point's on yellow. Okay, so you jump over to this post, and you fly here, and then you jump over here and stop halfway. There's no change up to the locations to make it different, make the travel unique and the scenery unique. Next would be the building itself. The building is not made for PvP on the ground combat. There's one way in, and it's an airlock. It gives the people inside holding Jumptown a warning saying, hey, someone's at the door about to come in, so they could just start pre-firing or hide and wait for you to come in. And if I remember correctly, at the time that Jumptown 2.0 was coming out, CIG was posting and showing videos of their new buildings in Pyro having different entrances, having crawl spaces, little ventilation shafts that you can crawl into. I was hoping that would be in Jumptown. As you can see in these photos, I had to barricade myself in with drugs because I was the only person inside Jumptown, and the only way to keep myself safe was to barricade myself in. Now let's look at some areas I think would be a great addition to the Jumptown rotation. I believe the Salvage Reclamation yards on Hurston and Microtech and in Crusader would be great locations to hold these events. There's plenty of hiding spots, there's a lot of different cover from the junkyards, and there's no doors to any of the buildings. So if you want to do some PvP on the ground, it's going to be a lot easier for snipers to take shots, for people on the ground to be more cautious of where they're going instead of being, hey, I'm safe inside this building, nobody can touch me without going through this one airlock. If you see, there's a bunch of different cover, there's the towers, there's different buildings, there's a couple windows that have glass, but other than that, there's nothing like to warn you, nothing protecting you from people just walking in there, taking drugs, killing you, being friends, or doing whatever. Another area that I think would be a great addition to the rotation would be Aberdeen. Although there's not a lot of mountains or not a lot of terrain features in Aberdeen, the thing that would make Aberdeen interesting is just the heat. People that bring the wrong armor won't be able to stay outside for too long without baking and cooking themselves to death. At the same time, on Aberdeen, people get more dehydrated faster, so people have to bring their water and be more prepared for that kind of atmosphere. The last place, which I think would be the best place to do the next set of Jumptown events, will be Microtech. First off, Microtech is just beautiful. The sun, the clouds, but in that beauty, there's also the snow and windstorms. I personally think it would be a blast seeing people trying to fly through all the snowstorms, landing, having their ships blow away, having people blow over from the windstorms, and not being able to see very much. So dogfighting and atmosphere and people in A2s trying to come bomb, they're going to be more cautious of looking out for the mountains and the trees. Another good thing about Microtech is there are lots of mountain ranges. They could put Jumptown right in the middle of one of these mountain ranges in a valley or like surrounded by mountains. So say if somebody did want to come bomb them with an A2, that A2 pilot's going to have to pull some Tom Cruise Top Gun maneuvering to ensure that that bomb actually falls on target rather than just hitting the side of the mountain. And then another key aspect about Microtech is it has the new derelict reclaimer missions and locations. There are already missions in space where the pirates have the reclaimers set up either as a data center or even as organ harvesting. Why can't they have this reclaimer that has crashed be like a mobile drug lab that crashed and some of the internal drug producing facilities are still working? This gives a lot more feeling and like atmosphere to Jumptown, and I think would give those like me that love to do ground missions and like ground combat a little bit more fun, a little bit more drive to do these missions versus you know just getting blown away every time you land at Jumptown or try to enter with a ship or have to be, oh, is Jumptown friendly? It gives this a little bit some more excitement. Trying to get on ground, hike those beautiful scenic areas, prepare better, and disrupt operations with a single sniper rifle and a railgun. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think the locations at Jumptown are kind of boring and overdone? Do you think they need to be refreshed? A little bit more variety, new locations, a little more random, less security, less airlocks? Let me know in the comments below.